A documentary about attacks on Gaza's healthcare system that the BBC chose not to air has now won one of British television's biggest awards, reigniting debate over censorship, impartiality, and media coverage of the war in Gaza. The documentary, Gaza Doctors Under Attack, which was previously dropped by BBC, has won the BAFTA TV Award for Current Affairs, putting fresh attention on the broadcaster's controversial decision not to air the film. The documentary, which features testimonies from Palestinian doctors and healthcare workers in Gaza, was honored at London's Royal Festival Hall on Sunday. But the award ceremony quickly turned into a public criticism of BBC itself. During their acceptance speeches, members of the documentary team accused the broadcaster of silencing the investigation after originally commissioning the project more than a year ago. Executive producer Ben DePere directly addressed the BBC during his speech, questioning whether the broadcaster would now remove the team's BAFTA segment from its own delayed television broadcast.
Just a question to the BBC. Given that you dropped our film, will you drop us from the BAFTA screening later tonight? Thank you. Bye.
Journalist and presenter Ramita Nawai also criticized the BBC, saying the corporation had funded the investigation but later refused to show its findings.
This award means so much to us. These are the findings of our investigation that the BBC paid for but refused to show. But we refuse to be silenced and censored, and we thank you, and we thank Channel 4 for showing this film.
Nawai said the documentary examined attacks on Gaza's healthcare system and documented the deaths and detention of Palestinian medical workers during Israel's war on Gaza. She dedicated the award to Palestinian healthcare workers currently being held in Israeli prisons. According to British media reports, parts of Nawai's speech were later edited out of the BBC's televised coverage of the BAFTA ceremony. After consultations with the broadcaster's compliance team, controversy surrounding the documentary began months earlier. The BBC had originally commissioned Gaza Doctors Under Attack from independent production company Basement Films, but delayed its release while reviewing another Gaza-related documentary titled Gaza: How to Survive a War Zone. The broadcaster later decided not to air Doctors Under Attack, saying the film could create what it described a perception of partiality that would not meet BBC's editorial standards. The BBC also defended the decision by saying impartiality remains a core principle of its journalism. The documentary was eventually acquired and broadcast by Channel 4 in July, where it drew significant attention and debate. Speaking after the BAFTA win, Ben DePere praised journalists inside Gaza who helped film the documentary under extreme dangerous conditions. He said the production team spent months worrying whether the local journalists contributing footage was still alive as the war continued.
I want to dedicate this award to Jabba Badwan and Osama al-Ashi, the two journalists on the ground who made this film for us. So I'd like a round of applause for them, please.
The documentary's award now adds to a broader conversation taking place across Britain and internationally about media coverage of Gaza, editorial independence, and how major broadcasters handled reporting on highly polarized conflicts. For many supporters of the film, the BAFTA win is being seen not only as recognition of investigative journalism, but also as a challenge to decisions made by one of the world's most influential public broadcasters.